Hi everyone, this is David coming at you from Asperger Support by Dave, and today I wanted to come and on here and give you a couple updates for 2014 so far, and plus I know it's been a while since I've done a show, so I'm going to start out with a song called Bank Job by Devoria Almond. And I hope everyone enjoyed that as a beginning song. And today I'm going to go into what updates I have. Basically, the job search front, that's been the most frustrating that I've been going through lately because it's like, hurry up, put in your application, and then wait. And and yes, I know it's a process and it takes time, but still, come on, an update would be nice, even if they're not interested in you, a letter in the mail or a phone call saying we're not interested, uh, to me, I would think would be a uh, custom way of doing things. But on another note, I've finally gotten approved for other services to be able to help me get housing and to help me get transportation. So that's huge because I want to be able to be a normal person of society instead of just being the disabled one, which I am not. I do not consider myself that. And if anyone ever does, they are sadly mistaken and they don't have all the facts of what's going on. People just, it seems like when someone has a disability or they don't do well with something, it's like people take that as a weakness for someone and let's make fun of them, let's ridicule them, let's do this and that to them instead of trying to understand them better. It's like it's like how hard is it to take 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes to really get to know someone before you cast judgment on them. You know, it's like from what I've learned, uh, it takes a person 5 minutes to scale a room and to say and to come up with a judgment of people, which I feel that is not fair whatsoever by any means. You know, who the heck is that person to judge you or other people when for that case when they've never even met you, they've never even asked about how you're doing, about you, what struggles you've gone through. They just automatically make a an assumption, and that's what they go off of. Which to me, I think that needs to change because uh, making assumptions about people is the wrong way of doing things. Because uh, let's say that your assumption's wrong of that person. Let's say you thought badly of that person, but come to find out that person is a great person. That they have come up, that they have uh, that person who you thought wasn't the greatest, and you cast judgment on them, that just makes you look bad for casting that judgment on that person until you've uh, uh, a pre-existing assumption, we'll call it, because with a pre-existing assumption, you're basically going by the first impression. You know, yes, I know first impressions are a big thing with people, but it's like, um, but how is it that you can get a good first impression on that person when you've already judged that person negatively against them instead of positively do that? Because I feel that a lot of people are very judgmental in life, and being judgmental in life does not solve anything. The only thing that being judgmental solves is how you can find a negative thing about, out of somebody, or it could be the total different side of the spectrum of things. You know, maybe your judgment was right about that person with them being nice and kind, or basically the gist of what I'm saying is, before you cast any judgment on anybody, uh, at least find out facts about that person. Get to know them, ask them questions, uh, go for coffee ask them, tell me about yourself. I want to get to know you better. I want to, I want to really try and be friends. If you go about it with that approach, then more people would be more than willing to be friends with other people. It's like with me right now. I'm in the process of job hunting because I'm looking for a job in the medical field, and that is very hard to get a position in the field of medical because they either A want the experience, and that is hard to do when you come out of college, and B, the other thing that gets me angry is when a college says and states to you that, oh, we have lifetime placement and jobs and everything. So it's like, okay, that's great and everything. I've graduated. Now I come to you for the help, and you're like, oh, well, we don't have that. So basically, you're telling me you say you have lifetime placement just to get students in to your college so that you can get your numbers up and raise tuition every year just to renege on what you're saying. Isn't that false advertising per se? If you're doing commercials stating that, we have lifetime placement for jobs, and then they have a couple students on the TV saying, "Oh, I got a job right out of college, and this college helped me get that job." It's like, well, if that's the case, then why aren't all the people who have graduated have jobs then? Huh? Huh? That's my question. And yes, it does take work on the student when they graduate from college. I've been looking for a job in the medical field since 2008 when I did graduate from college with my associate's degree and became a certified medical assistant. And I've busted my hump trying to find a position, and most positions I see either want you to have 1 year of experience to all the way to 3 to 4 years experience. But with the jobs, how are you supposed to gain that experience when the job isn't even willing to give you that chance to even get to that point? Come on, people. The yes, the economy is bad and unemployment's bad, but something's got to give here. With the unemployment rate the way it is, there's got to be something that can help, you know, instead of just keeping going on unemployment, unemployment, unemployment. Why can't we turn around and say, why can't we get employed? And why can't jobs just like be a little lenient on a few things, like the experience? Wouldn't you want someone who is fresh out of school so you can train them the way you want them to be instead of having someone who is already trained in the position and they expect a certain pay because they have that experience and they say, "Oh, I know how to do this already because I've already done it." Whereas a job might want you to do it a different way. And with this person who has that experience is so set in their ways that they do it their way, or it's frustrating for jobs to do that. I've seen that before when I used to work in retail. Um, Someone would come in with 3, 4 years experience thinking they're Mr. Big Shot coming on in and thinking they're doing everything right because they know it all and they have the know-it-all mentality, but when really they're the first ones to go because they didn't listen to the next person or to their supervisor uh, or management because they obviously know it all. And so basically, what I'm saying is for the people who are looking for jobs out there, keep pushing and keep trying your hardest to find that job. Don't give up, because if you give up, then that just shows that they have won. Uh, so keep pushing, keep putting out those resumes, keep looking online, keep going on those interviews, even though you might have a gut feeling, I didn't do good at that interview. So, but every interview is a fresh slate, because every interview you improve on. For every five, for every bad interview you have a good interview, because with that bad interview, you've basically really taken that time to sit down and say to yourself, how could have I improved better for that interview uh, that that I haven't done well on? Or how can I improve better with the interviews I have done good on? Because the thing I've been taught is after every interview, you should send a thank you letter, no matter what, no matter if it's a good, bad interview, if you don't get the position. That's just a business courtesy that that I have been taught and learned, and I have enacted that myself. And that shows initiative to that job that you're applying to. Because with sending the thank you letter, that shows that A, you're interested in the position, B, you've taken uh, the interview seriously, and C, that could be the deciding factor if you get the position or not. Because if you don't send the thank you letter, they might pass you over for that position, and you could have been a perfect pick for that position. So basically, what I'm saying is go out there and try your try your hardest to to find that position you want. If you believe it, you can achieve it, and I'm uh, a high proponent to that. If you believe you can get that job, you will achieve that by getting that job. And then once you believe it and achieve it, then you grasp onto it and you work on getting better with the skills that the job has taught you, and then work your way up in the positions. You might start out in a low position, but hey, you got your foot in the door. That's the biggest thing, getting your foot inside the door. Once you get your foot in the door, then it's your time to shine and prove yourself. That Then it's time to really prove yourself and show the position that yes, they made the right decision on hiring you, and grasp the job. Uh, And if you have any problems, don't hesitate to ask questions. That's what jobs want you to do, is to ask a lot of questions so you can understand the job better, instead of being that person who just sits there and pretends they know what they're doing. Because that never works. That just makes it more frustrating for you, the person who has a job, and more frustrating for the company who gave you that job. Because how is the company supposed to know that How is the company supposed to know that you don't understand that skill unless you ask them those questions? Ask the questions. Uh, because yes, if you're thinking it's embarrassing to ask that question, no question is uh, no question is stupid unless you don't ask that question. Because questions are good things to be asking during the training process. Even when you're done with training, it's good to ask questions, and it's always good to come up with an actual uh, like if you see something that could be improved on, come up with some suggestions instead of being part of the complaint. Be part of the solution. Come up with 5 or 6 solutions to the problem instead of being a part of the problem. Because if you're a part of the problem, you're just another number who is whining and complaining to the managers, and they don't want to hear that. The managers want to hear that uh, the managers want to hear suggestions on how to make a process smoother, how to make a process better. Like, for example, let's say that you're working for a company XYZ, and you know that customers always have to wait a long time to get through to the secretary. Instead of having it to where that other those other customers are waiting for a long amount of time, why not take that initiative, pick up the phone and say, "Hello, hello, this is company XYZ. How may I help you?" And instead of just saying, "Oh, that's not my job. That's the secretary's job to do." That's another thing that really annoys me when people say that's not my job, when really it'll make things easier if you help one another, because there's no I in team. TEAM. I don't see any I in that spelling whatsoever at all. So honestly, instead of making things frustrating for everyone else, come up with 5 or 6 solutions to things. Uh, like, if you're at work, carry a notepad with you, a small notepad. So when you do see things that could be improved on, write them down. So when the next staff meeting comes up, you can raise your hand and be like, "I have a solution for this problem that we've been having." Like, like, like for example, I gave with the phones. The solution would be, the problem is people are being put on hold for too long. The solution is having more than one person picking up the phone. It doesn't take all but a few seconds to pick up a phone within 3 rings and say, "Company XYZ, this is so and so talking, how may I help you?" and learn the phone so that you can transfer them to that proper department to take the stress off of that person who is fielding the calls, taking the information down, and that would alleviate the customers being angry and upset that they're sitting on hold for forever. Now I'm just rambling on. I hope everyone enjoyed the show. And oh, also another update is my gastric sleeve has been going very well. I've lost 58 pounds so far from the date of surgery. So I am very happy with that. And if anyone is thinking about getting weight loss surgery, do your research on that. Just don't go into it like the cure-all mentality. Go into it as a tool to help you uh, achieve your ultimate goal of losing the weight. And this is David signing off, and and this next song is called uh, "Bulls of Paradising by Dora Ullman. Thank you and have a great day. And my ending thoughts is, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Thank you, and this is David from Asperger Support by Dave. Uh, Hope everyone enjoyed the show, and if anyone has any suggestions, please don't hesitate to comment and critique. Thank you, and have a great day.